to processes quo. A situation in which a major political dispute cannot be clearly resolved on a basis of a particular government's constitution or established practice. That sounds like a constitutional crisis to me. What's a constitutional crisis? Let's talk. Everybody come meet Jenna. Jenna, come here. She doesn't like to be picked up because this is her first home. She's 3 years old. Stop showing them your butthole. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Put that away. This is Jenna Benna. Jenna from the bus. So we call her Genevieve. I didn't name her Jenna, okay? She came with that name. Right, Jenna? And you already know your name? See? I couldn't change it. Okay, so back to a constitutional crisis. I go to Congress every year and we talk about colorectal cancer and funding. Why is this important right now? I talk about it in another video. Feel free to go look at it. Both of these videos probably go hand in hand, by the way. This video is about a constitutional crisis. So you've heard a lot about ICE agents and how maybe you are confused whether they're lawful or whether they're not lawful. The reason why you are confused is because we're in a constitutional crisis. Let's break it down. The Constitution, sexy little thing, right? We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice and sexy little thing, right? She's so sexy. She's hot. We have the Constitution, and the Constitution clearly states that you have due process. I think due process is super sexy. Due process requires that the procedures by which laws are applied must be enhanced so that individuals are not subjected to arbitrary exercise of the government of power. I think due process is like probably one of the cutest things that we have. Explain due process. I'm going to give you a really bad example, but I think it's the best example I can give you. Amanda Knox case. I'll give you a brief overview. Amanda Knox was an American citizen. She goes to Italy, study abroad, and she gets accused of a murder. Do I know if she did the murder or not? No. The point is that Amanda Knox had a trial before they put her in prison. That is very important because that is what's cool about due process. Is that when you are on American soil, you get promised a trial. It's important when you are in this country. It's important when you travel. Like for Amanda Knox, she had due process in Italy. She was able to get tried for that murder. Whether or not she did it or not is not the point. The point is when the murder happened, they didn't go straight to her house when they thought she did it, take her from her house and throw her in a prison. That's not what they did. What they did was they took her, laid out evidence, gave her a trial, and deduced whether she was guilty or not. Now, Italy does due process very differently. Here in America, you can only get tried once for a case. The point is you get tried, and that trial is justice. We have a judicial system. We have the Constitution put in place saying that whoever's on American soil gets due process, which is really quite sexy. So when people say people are coming here illegally, are you a judge? Have you gone to law school? Do you look like a signed warrant that says arrest warrant on it? No, you don't. You are not due process. You are a citizen of a country with a constitution that states that we have due process. And due process means you need to be tried for what you are arrested for. You can't just be arrested. That's not just. We have a constitution for it. When we say we're in a constitutional crisis, that means that there has been a loophole somewhere at the top where they didn't need congressional approval to do something, or they didn't quite follow the Constitution and are using either a loophole or something to achieve. And that includes an entire department called ICE. And yes, you can't just have an entire department do unconstitutional things. That's not how America works. And unfortunately, it's running right now like that because our judicial system is delayed, and it's happening, and we have to catch up to it. So this is why this is so important, to know your rights as a citizen and know that this is what this is called. You cannot comply to this. When you comply and say, it's fine that they got arrested without due process, you are complying to giving away your constitutional right for yourself as well as your citizens. And that's not sexy, because we have a constitution that told us that that was sexy, that due process is cute. Okay? You should know your constitutional right. And if it's against your constitutional right, even if you are getting ordered to do something, if it is still unconstitutional and if it is still illegal, one day you will be tried for it. Whether or not you got an order from someone. This is why, again, it is so crucial to know your shit. Crucial. Like, even, it's so crucial. Know that even if somebody asks you to do something and it's illegal, you are held accountable for it. Marie Antoinette style, baby. Okay? We don't want that to happen. But also, this is unconstitutional. Just want to say that. So yeah, next time somebody says, well, those immigrants were illegal, I'm so glad, Karen, you are a judge and you are 12 jurors and you look like a signed piece of paper, but you're not. You're none of those things, Karen, okay? So next time somebody says anything like that, remind them the due process is sexy for them and for you. And when they say things like that, like they don't deserve a trial because they're a criminal, they are also harming themselves as a citizen, which is like wild to me. Like I hear people say that all of the time, and I'm like, you say you love America, you say you're a patriot, but you're handing over your constitutional rights. You're literally handing over your right to due process. What? And due process is what? Everybody now.
Sexy.
That's right. We're learning. Thanks, baby. If you want to see why I go to Congress every year, I'm going to do my next video on that. And it was a pleasure talking to you. Oh, I forgot to plug in my sign. Manda Talks. So yeah, thank you guys. Love you always. Stay out of trouble, but most importantly, stay beautiful. Bye. You ordain who have established a constitution for the United States